E-Butter go crazy.
Country need another one. They like country need another one. Quasi going crazy.
Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say this shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act. A bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy. I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up.
Turn me up, Jay.
Fresh to death on camouflage. Gotta keep a foot up on their necks cause they might sabotage. I ain't come for peace, I brought the mask, bout to terrorize. Step. If you ain't hating, nigga, keep that bullshit to yourself. Get my bop on you niggas. Don't never question if I'm a real nigga. I get a lot for you niggas. Bitch, they thought I was finished, but I got a lot for you niggas. Lil John on them niggas. I'm the bra on them niggas. I'm the hottest in the business. Okay, put me in the mix. I can tell you used to lame niggas that ain't this. Think you coming up a bag, you ain't getting shit. You say wanna fuck, but now she see a nigga lit.
Country for life in this bitch.
Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say this shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act. A bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy. I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up.
Turn me up, Jay.
I'm like Block Boy, look alive, look alive. I'm married to that money and I keep her by my side. They thought I wouldn't be shit, so why they face look so surprised. You ain't a real nigga, you just pussy in the sky. Whoa, yeah, look at a nigga now. When I put up to the jeweler, I'ma tell that nigga go bust it down. shit, it was kinda looking like a drought. I don't do this for the clout, bitch. Okay, turn me up. Do your dance on it. She ain't tryna fuck unless you got some bands on it. Okay, turn me up. Do your dance on it. She ain't tryna fuck unless you got some racks on it. Okay, turn me up. They don't wanna smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say this shit hot. Bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act. A bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy. I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up.
Okay, turn me up, Jay. Okay, turn me up. Jay, bitch, I'm rolling up. Bitch, I'm burning up. Jay, I ain't showing up. Jay.
YouTube, what's good, guys? It's your boy Steedy, and I'm back again with another live, guys. And today's live is going to be on game day starts and sits. Let's go. Oh, it's time to get this money, guys. So listen, if you got any questions, anything that you need to know about today, but before we get started, I want to talk about the weather. There's a couple weather games that I think I need to talk about, just to give us some context with the bad weather. So, according to CBS.com, this is why I'm checking in on the weather. They say it's hurricane season runs through late. Let me see along. Make sure this is right. Okay, yeah, the Colts and Ravens game and the Patriots and Jets game. And they saying it's a tropical storm. Ophelia made a landfall at roughly 6:15 a.m. Eastern time in North Carolina Saturday morning, according to the National Hurricane Center. Let me see. Let me get to stuff that's going to really matter about the game. That means that wind and rain could potentially affect three games: the Buffalo Bills and Washington Commanders game, which is in Landover, Maryland, and the Indianapolis Colts and Baltimore Ravens, and also the New England Patriots and New York game. So the forecast says that both Baltimore and New York could receive 2 to 3 inches of rain. So that's the Baltimore and New York game. To me, I'm still playing my guys. I'm still playing Zay. I'm still playing Lamar. 2 to 3 inches doesn't tell me not to play Lamar. New York, I'm not playing anybody but Garrett Wilson. And the only way that I'm going to sit Garrett Wilson, I got to have superior studs. It can't be no Tank Dale. I'm not going to sit no Garrett Wilson for no Tank Dale. Nico Collins, maybe. Let me see. Tropical storm warnings have been issued for South Carolina too. Okay. Trying to get to some of the other games. So that's the main game right now, guys. Let me see if I see anything else about the weather before we go on. Let me see. Yeah, let me see here. Yep, says it's 70 miles per hour winds coming through North Carolina, so that's going to affect the game a little bit. And for the Baltimore game, but it only says 2 to 3 inches of rain. I'm trying to see if I see anything that would tell me that you should sit any players in any other games. Give me a second here. Yeah, let me see here. Okay. Talk to NFL made his plans. The NFL made no plans to move any of the week 3 games in the path of the storm. So the storm could have been bad, but I don't think it's bad enough for them to move any games. Let me see. So the Indianapolis Colts, it says the expected temperature is supposed to be in the high 60s. Showers 80% chance, so it's going to rain. The wind is 7 miles per hour. That's what I wanted to see. So that's not big enough to me to make a game where it's terrible, where I can't start the quarterback. Forecast 8 miles per hour. Right now, it's 8 miles per hour wind. Let me see. So the Buffalo Bills and the Washington Commanders game, which starts at 1 o'clock, here's another game. Mid 60s again. Showers 44%. So it's slightly rain. 5 miles per hour wind. So that's nothing. That's the Buffalo Bills and Washington Commanders game. The worst of the storm is expected to pass in the early hours. So right now, the storm should be passing through. So when the game starts, you should be okay in that game. The next bad weather game is the New England Patriots and the Jets. We talked about that, and that's going to rain there. 78% chance of rain. Now, listen, this is the one. I might sit guys in this game because it's 13 miles per hour wind. That's pretty decent. That's decent. And the quarterbacks are not good enough. So you got Zach Wilson and you got Matt Jones. And they say the gusts can get up to 24 miles per hour. So you could probably sit some of these guys. I would probably Ramondre Stevenson, I'm rolling him out there. He's going to get a lot of work. Ezekiel Elliott, if you didn't have nobody else to play, you could even put Ezekiel Elliott in a little bit because they're going to probably run the ball very heavy in this game. Breach Hall is probably a good start for you today. Breach Hall. Garrett Wilson, you can sit him, but only sit him if you got plenty of studs. You know, the Nico Collins, I would sit Garrett Wilson because of the rain for Nico Collins. That's the level of player that I would sit Garrett Wilson for, but I'm not going to sit him for chop liver. The rest of the game looks good, guys. All right, let's get started. Let's see. Let's get to some of these questions in here. Brian, top of the morning, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Matt says, TD, robust RB so far is hurting. I know, bro. Robust RB is not an optimal build to me. I don't go robust RB because they're so volatile. Even if you pick CMC, a lot of people might be saying, so with TD, I pick CMC and I'm doing good. That's fine. And that might work out for you. You may win a championship, but I'm nervous. Like CMC, even what did Kyle Shanahan say after the game? I've been using CMC too much. Because if we know people can fall on your ankle, anything can happen. It's a running back. So to me, I say get your stud wide receivers and work the waiver wire for your running back. He says Najee and Jacobs starting slow. They are. I wasn't on Jacobs, but I thought Najee would be playing better. But they might trade Najee. I said what I said. They might trade Najee before the trade deadline because if Jalen Warren does good today, they probably going to move on and get maybe a third round for Najee and keep it moving. He says that Aaron Jones is hurt. Yep. He had a great first game, but that's how it is as a running back. King is king. What's going on? He said Jimmy G or Matt Jones. Woo. Because of the weather, man. Because of the weather, bro, I'm going to go with Jimmy G because of the weather. I usually would say Matt Jones over Jimmy G, but I'm going to go with Jimmy G over Matt Jones. I don't like neither one of those guys, but in a vacuum, I'm going with Jimmy G because of the weather. Terrell, what's up, bro? He says, would you play DJ Moore instead of G. Wilson because of the bad weather, bro? Probably, maybe. I probably would, bro, because Zach Wilson is already not a good quarterback in the bad weather game. What they saying, I probably would go DJ Moore. Make sure you don't have a better play though. Make sure you don't have a better play. But I probably would start DJ Moore because I do know your lineup. Great question. Adam, he said, "What's up, TD? What's up, bro?" Trent says membership tier. Let's go, yes sir, bro. Shout out to my homeboy Terrell, guys. He signed up as a member last night. Show him some love in the chat. Ethan, he says, at flex, Nico Collins, Jerome Ford, Damian Pierce, or Gabe Davis, PPR league. I'm going with Nico over Jerome Ford and Damian Pierce and Gabe Davis. I'm going with Nico in 4 PPR. Alibaba, he says, Jags, DST, versus the Texans, or Ravens in the rain with Minshew. I'm probably going... I'm going with the Ravens. I like the Texans DST as a sleeper today, but I'm going with the Ravens that over with the Colts. That's easy. No AR playing. I'm going with the Ravens. Phoenix to start Lockett or Michael Thomas. I'm going with Lockett. Joe Looney, what's up, bro? He says, TD, I can't lie. It's hard to trust St. Brown this week with turf toe and a tough matchup. Lions also play on Thursday. Yes, I get it, bro, but I don't got a better play than him on my team. If you do, you can sit him. But if he go off, you can't have any regrets. You just got to be like, okay, I'm okay with it. If he go off, he go off. I just not starting him with turf toe, and that's perfectly fine. I understand that. Me, I'm going down with the ship with Amari. If he's out there and he's ready to play, I read on it this morning. They didn't say anything about that he was going to be on limited snap counts or anything. They just said they're going to put a steel toe in his shoe, like a little steel thing in his shoe. So I'm good with that. But great question, bro. Kel says Chris Godwin, Miles Sanders, Josh Kelly, Khalil Herbert. Pick one. I'm going Josh Kelly over those guys. I like Godwin second, but Miles Sanders, no, they're not with a bad quarterback. Well, I ain't gonna say bad, but a backup quarterback. I'm gonna go with Josh Kelly with this one. Stacy, she says, yo, sorry I'm late tailgating in Miami. Flex, Evans, Kelly, Kirk. I'm jealous. I'm hating. I'm gonna start hating on you. You tailgating? What you eating? Tell me what you eating. Y'all eating chicken wings? You eating sausage dogs? Fried onions? What y'all got? I'm mad. I love that tailgating type food. Love it. I need to actually open a restaurant and call it tailgating type food. But anyway, she says flex Evans, Kelly, or Kirk. I'm going with Evans. Mike Evans over Kelly. I know Kelly got some really good matchup today, but if you can't sit Evans, he's a top 5 wide receiver. You can't sit no top 5 wide receiver unless it was like a terrible weather game. King Showtime. He says Michael Thomas or Flowers. I'm going Flowers. Even with the weather, I'm going Flowers. Shane Donahue. He says flex one. Rashad White, Zay Flowers, T. Higgins, no Burrow, Jerry Jeudy or Damian Pierce. Full PPR, bro. I'm gonna have to say, and it's close between these two guys. I like T. Higgins, but he doesn't have Burrow. I don't think Burrow's going to play Monday. Excuse me, guys. So I'm going to say, hold on, let me see something. There we go. Okay. I'm going to say Zay Flowers slightly over Rashad White. But Rashad White is a running back, so I hate sitting running backs that catch passes over a wide receiver that's maybe not a top 5 guy, but I can see him being a top 12 guy. So, man, I'm going to go with Zay, man. With Odell Beckham being out, I'm going with Zay over Rashad White. But listen, if you want to play Rashad White, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But if everything was like true, I would say T. Higgins over those two guys. But Joe Burrow's not going to play. Aaron Holloway says Drake London or Garrett Wilson for the flex. Good morning as well. Yeah, good morning to you too, bro. I'm going with Drake London because of the bad weather game. It's bad weather. The weather's bad enough to sit Garrett Wilson. So I'm going with Drake London. Shane said, this is cutting edge content. Yes, sir. Hit the like button, guys. We got 29 people in here. Hit the like button. Aaron Holloway says, Breach Hall or Zay Flowers. I'm going with Zay Flowers. I like Zay Flowers. I'm going down with the ship today. I'm getting Zay in my lineup. Zay is not sitting on my bench today. Breach Hall is not sitting on my bench today, especially in a bad weather game Running backs get plenty of carries. So he's going to get a lot of opportunities. He's going to get 15 touches at least. That's the floor. But Zay has the boom. And the rain is not really affecting that game like it is the New England and Jets game. So I'm going to go with Zay. Stacy says, welcome. Thank you, Stacy. Way to show him some love. Rex says T. Higgins, Amari Cooper, Aaron Jones, Joshua Kelly. Who you playing? Aaron Jones, is he playing? Please let me know. I haven't seen anything about Aaron Jones. Let me check and see if Aaron Jones is playing. I don't think Aaron Jones is playing, but I'm going to make sure, though. I'm going to make sure. Be patient with me, guys. Oh, so he's questionable. Green Bay Packers running back Aaron Jones' hamstring is being listed as questionable to play in Week 3 on Sunday at home against the visiting New Orleans Saints. Jones didn't practice all week and was inactive in the Week 2 loss. If he didn't practice, bro, I'm going with Joshua Kelly. He didn't practice. So I'm going to say Joshua Kelly over Amari Cooper. I like Amari Cooper, so I'm going to rank him. I'm going to take Aaron Jones out of it because he didn't practice all week. I can't play a guy that didn't practice. So I'm going to say Josh Kelly, Amari Cooper, T. Higgins. I'm going with Josh Kelly. Travis Looney, what up, bro? Yes, sir. And Kale says Christian Watson, Elijah Moore, Roschon Johnson in the flex. I can't play Christian Watson in practice. He practiced a little bit. You got to listen. I'm going to say Christian Watson, but you got to lower your expectations. So he's not 100%. He may be 85, 90%. To me, Roschon Johnson is 100%. He's playing against Kansas City. They are pretty good defense. But I'm going to go with the rookie over this. I'm going to go with Roschon just because of the health. If everything was healthy, if all these guys was healthy like Christian Watson, I would tell you Christian Watson. But I got to go with Roschon this week because he's practiced all week. He's healthy. Christian Watson still got that lingering hamstring. Black Banks said Swift, Hall, or James Cook. James Cook all day. James Cook a top 5 running back to me. James Cook, a top 5 RB to me. Charlene says, good morning, TD. Got to make some coffee now and wake up. Yes, ma'am. I already got my coffee. I'm drinking coffee and water. Rex Crafter says, remember to like and subscribe, guys. This is cutting edge content. Thanks, Rex. This is cutting edge content. CHB in the building. What's up, bro? He says, good morning, bro. Going to go with Desmond Ridder over Kenny Pickett. I think that's a good play over Kenny Pickett. I think it's fine. I think you go with either one, but I understand why you're going with Desmond. He says Pickett this week and maybe take a risk on Gibson since Dillon didn't show me much. I got you. I think that's fine. If you want, you got to go down with the ship, whatever you feel, bro. You know how to play fantasy. Me, I'm playing Gibson maybe in one league. Other than I'm sitting them because, excuse me. I don't like what's going on over there. Bro, you was right about Brian Robinson. I'm not saying he's better than Gibson, but the way they're using him, you 100% correctly, bro. Brian Robinson was the sauce. So I gotta stand when I'm wrong, I gotta admit to it. Bro, you was right about Brian Robinson. I'm not playing Gibson this week until I see something. I need to see a big game. Not a big play, a big game. CHB says Fletch Pickens or DK. You gotta play DK all day. Gotta play DK. Stacy says sausage. I knew it. She said sausage, peppers, onions, and lots to drink. Sides, appetizer, and it's all girls. Y'all doing it big. They some football gurus. Y'all doing it big. I'm hating. Terrell says, so may I go DJ Moore over Garrett Wilson? Yes. Over the bad weather game, it makes sense. But would you go to 2 over DJ Moore? I think I'm going to roll with Jordan Love in my super flex. I think I would do that too and move 2 up there. That's what I would do. That's what I was telling you to do earlier. Since the bad weather game, take Garrett Wilson out, move Jordan Love into your super flex, and then I would go and play 2. That's what I would do, bro. Great stuff. Yep. He says it right there, 2-2. I agree 100% with that. Big Rowan says half point PPR. I need an RB and one flex. Pacheco, Zach Moss, Flowers, Nico Collins, also one tight end, Goddard or Laporta, Taysom Hill, and Amara, my starting wide receiver, two. Wide receiver, my two wide receivers, and Walker, my RB1. So, brother, Amara, I'm starting him. If you don't want to, that's fine. I'm not going to chastise you because I understand about the injury, but he's automatically a start. So anybody ask me about Amara, I'm going to tell you to start him. That may not be the best decision, but I'm going to give it to you like the way I feel. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I'm not sitting on Amara St. Brown. Not because I'm biased. I'm not going to see any stud wide receiver that's going to get all the snaps, and he's not limited, right? And he practiced all week. He practiced. I think he missed one early day, but he practiced. So I'm going to say Amara automatically. Between Goddard and Laporta, I want to say Laporta, bro, but you can't sit Dallas Goddard. His draft capital is too good to sit for Laporta. Now, if he does you again, then you might have to just go ahead and move on and start starting Laporta. So I'm going to say Goddard slightly over Laporta. And you said you need one running back. So the running back that I would say, I would go ahead and start Zach Moss in that weather game, kind of. It ain't a bad weather, but it's a weather game. So I would say Zach Moss over Pacheco, and you said and one flex, and that's got to be. And man, this is very, very tough. This is very tough. I don't want to sit Zay Flowers, but the weather, the little bit of rain, which ain't big, I'm gonna go with Nico. And I said it, and I told people yesterday. And listen, guys. My starts and sits can change all the way up into game time because weather, different things change. Guys are active. Guys are questionable. I'm going to go with Nico over Zay slightly. I'm going to go with Nico. So I'm going to tell you to play Zach Moss and Nico. And I think you need to put Amara in there as a wide receiver and play Goddard. Vibs, he says, TD, we back, fam. Let's go. Yes, sir. CHB says cutting edge content. Get them likes up. How many likes we got in here, CHB? King is King says Jets, Browns, or Dolphins defense. Jets, Browns, or Dolphins defense. I'm going with the Jets defense. Phoenix says start Joe Burrow or Watson. I'm going with Watson. You can't wait on Joe Burrow. You can't wait on him. You got to go ahead and start Watson. Tyrell says, we get an invite, TD. Why ain't we get an invite? Oh, wait a minute. Get an active, TD. Initiative. What does that mean, bro? I don't know what that means. Let me know what that means, bro. Why ain't we get a intiv? I don't know what that means. Put that question back in the chat, bro. Viv says for flex spot, Ford or Pacheco, half PPR. Pacheco match up, look nice this week. The matchup looked nice this week. Okay. For flex spot, I'm going with Ford. The reason why I can't play Pacheco when Kansas City get really cute around the goal line. He might get the goal line carries. I don't know. I know the matchup looks good. Chicago defense is not that good. But Ford's going to get a lot of opportunities for Cleveland. So I'm going to say Ford. But if you want to go Pacheco, that's fine, brother. I didn't draft a lot of Pacheco because I just don't want to play that game where is he going to get the carries this week or he ain't. I know Ford's going to get them goal line opportunities today. I know Ford's going to get them goal line. So I'm going with Ford. But there's nothing wrong if you want to play with Pacheco. My answer is going to be Ford. I'm playing Ford today. I spent too much waiver wire priority. Now, I didn't. But people that got Ford, you had to spend some waiver priority on them or waiver fab. So you need to go ahead and play them. Black Bank says Watson, Mims, or Hopkins need one. I'm going with Hopkins. Watson, I can't play him yet, man. The injury. I just can't play him yet. So I'm going with Hopkins. Trust Hopkins. I know he ain't look great, but he's still the alpha. Jake, what's going on, bro? He said, I tried to tell people don't sleep on Warren. He's going to get more touches today. You're right, bro. You're right. Najee they're probably going to trade Najee. And I'm okay with that. I think he needs to go to another spot where they need a true bell cow, and they're not worried about him getting an explosive play. They're just going to let him wear the defense down. Pittsburgh can't wait on him. They can't sit around and slow offense down for him. Actually, my homeboy Matt Galloway been big on Warren. He said Warren was better than him last year. And even though Najee looked good going down the stretch in the flex last year for me, Warren has proved to be better. And that's why I got to admit when I was wrong. Warren looks better than Najee right now. I still would love to have Najee on my team, especially if I'm a team that needs a bail count. Imagine Cleveland. They would love to have Najee. Black May says Flowers or Roshan Johnson for the flex. I'm going with Flowers over Roshan. I'm going with Flowers over Roshan. Black May says Mac Jones or Fields. I'm going with Fields. I'm going with Fields over Mac Jones. Four Lick said, what's up, bro? He said, yo, what's good, bro? What's good with you? Aaron Holloway, he says Fields or CJ Stroud. Fields or CJ Stroud. I'm going with CJ Stroud over Fields. That's a little cutting edge content, but I'm going with CJ Stroud over Fields. He says, I know about the matchup with Kansas City for the Chicago and Fields being held back from his rushing. Yes, but they may run the ball with him, but Fields said he don't want to run the ball like that. He's trying to be a pocket passer. Not all the time, but majority of the time. I'm going with CJ Stroud. I like those weapons, and I like the way CJ plays. Guys, let me know how many likes are in the comment. Let me know how many likes is on the stream. D-Lion said, what's popping? What's popping, D-Lion? What's good, bro? Morning. He says, it's ugly, bro. Khalil Herbert or Damian Pierce have PPR. I get it. I got to start Damian Pierce in the league. I would say Damian Pierce. Damian Pierce. Chivalry says, pick two. Zach Moss, Miles Sanders, Gus Edwards. I have Bijan as my RB1. I'm going with Gus Edwards. And I probably would go with Miles Sanders over Zach Moss. I'm probably going to go with Miles Sanders over Zach Moss. So Gus Edwards and Miles Sanders. SB Light, what's going on? He says Christian Watson, James Cook, Mixon, or Tank Dell in the flex. I'm going with James Cook. James Cook. Yo, let me know what the likes is, guys. Let me know what the likes is. Aaron Holloway says, get the likes up, everyone. TD is giving y'all cutting-edge content. Show him your appreciation. Thank you, bro. Fort Nixon says, Gary Wilson or DJ Moore in the flex. I'm going with DJ Moore today because of the weather. Usually I'm going with Gary Wilson. I'm not going to sit Gary Wilson for nothing, but the bad weather game, you might have to move off of him to get an optimal bill. So I'm going with DJ Moore. He says, D-Line says, game day booming. Yes, sir. Linda, what's going on, bro? He says, game day, let's go. Yes, sir. King is King says, 2-2 Romeo Dobbs or Jalen Warren at flex have PPR. Half-point PPR, I'm going to go with Jalen Warren. Half-point PPR, I'm going with Jalen Warren. I love 2-2, and I like Romeo Dobbs. But I'm going with Jalen Warren. I think this is going to be a game for him. He's going to get more opportunities. Viv says Stroud or Stafford this week. I'm going Stafford. I like Stafford. He's putting the ball in the air a lot. I'm going to go with Stafford over Stroud. I like Stroud, but Stafford still is a better, safer play to me. He says Stafford looking better and Stroud up against Jacksonville. Thinking of going Stroud now. Bro, but it's nothing wrong. If you want to go Stroud, you go it. But to me, I'm going Stafford. I'm playing Stafford over Stroud. To me, to go to Stroud over Stafford, to me, it's just getting a little cute. I know Stroud got that boom, but Stafford's putting the ball in the air more times than any quarterback in the league, ain't he? He's throwing the ball 35, 40 times a game. So I'm going with Stafford just putting the ball in the air to Puka and Tutu. And he's throwing it to Kyron. So to me, I'm going with Stafford over Stroud. He's just a safer play. Stroud still is a rookie. Crazy. What's going on, bro? He says, got a nephew named bro. So you good with me, champ? I got you. I can tell you from the country. That's what we call people from the country, bro. He says, Aaron Jones is questionable. Dylan or Herbert in flex half-point PPR. Man, I'm gonna go with Dylan over Herbert, man. I don't feel great about neither one, bro. If Aaron Jones is out, I'm gonna go with Dylan over Herbert. Crazy says full PPR, Nico, Kelly, or Moss start one. Full PPR, I'm going with Nico over Kelly and Moss. I'm going with Nico. I'm not sitting Nico today. I like Kelly. Kelly is a good player today. He's a top 12 potential back with the matchup. But I'm not sitting on Nico. Chivalry says cutting edge content. I always tune in when I need to make a hard decision. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. I'm not always right, but I appreciate you respecting my opinion. And listen, a lot of these guys are not right, but y'all hold me more accountable than the big people. That's another thing about that. I think people need to reflect a little bit more. And look, I'm not perfect, but you go to these other channels that don't answer your questions, and you don't unsubscribe for them, and you don't chastise them in the comment. And if you do, they won't reach a comment out. But to me, you hold me accountable off of Josh Kelly tape when it's the right play. I'm not gonna sit there and be stubborn and say, you shouldn't have played him. No, I'm gonna always play a guy that I get off the waiver wire that's a starting running back and nobody else is taking his carries. And then I'm not gonna go and try to cherry pick somebody else. Now I'm not gonna sit him for a stud, but I'm not gonna go and try to find a guy that outplayed him and say, I should have played this guy. No, you got to play a guy who's gonna get the opportunities in the workload. So, but I appreciate you tuning in, bro. SB Light says Seahawks, Browns, or Bucks defense. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks over Carolina defense. I'm going with the Seahawks defense. Excuse me. Had to sneeze. Brian says CJ Stroud or Matthew Stafford, bro. I'm going with Matthew Stafford. Guys, let me know how many likes we got. Nobody has told me how many likes we got yet. Linda says, in my opinion, Jalen not a bell cow. He's not. I hope Najee get traded and go somewhere where he will be appreciated. I agree. 100%, Lindale. When it gets cold outside later in the year, you're going to need a running back like Najee. Shh. Be quiet. Tonight's the night we ride. You right, bro. People don't understand that. Things change. Different quadrants. That when it get cold, when it get to that cold quadrant, them bell cow running backs is the only thing you can do. It's going to be snowing. It's going to be cold. And you Austin Eckler and Jalen Warren, these guys that want to get cute. And when they fans is certain and they out, we're gonna see. I'm not saying Najee is a great running back, but I think he's a good bell cow to have on your team. C.A. Jefferson says Christian Watson or Pacheco in the flex. Man, you might have to do Pacheco, man, because I don't trust Watson, man. If you want to go, if you don't care about him not practicing fully and the hamstring, then it's easy. Watson is easy. But to me, because of the hamstring and all that, I got to go with Pacheco. But Pacheco he's not nowhere near on Watson level. So I want you to understand why I'm telling you to play Pacheco. It's not because he's better than Watson or he's going to boom better than Watson. It's just I don't want you to play a player that's getting limited snaps. They probably going to be pulling Christian Watson out of the game at certain points of the time because they don't want him to pull his hamstring. So why would you want to play a guy in fantasy when he's not 100%? I think Pacheco's been a little nicked up, but he's still good to go. He's 100% as far as being able to go out and play a full workload. I don't think Christian Watson is. Marquise, he says Taysom Hill or Hunter Henry for tight end. I'm going to go with Hunter Henry. I'm going, even in that bad weather game, that's the tight end best friend is bad weather games and a young quarterback. Terrell says Josh Kelly or Breece Hall with 15 honey touches. Josh Kelly or Breece Hall with 15 honey touches. I'm going with Kelly. Kelly has a great matchup, man. I don't want to sit Breece Hall. He's going to get 15 touches. Honey touches around the green zone. He's going to get those touches around the green zone, but I'm going to go with Josh Kelly because they playing against the weakest run defense in the league. So I'm going to still ride with Josh Kelly this week. But that's a great question, though, Terrell. Aladdin says, what up, bro? Pick 2, Puka, Mike Williams, Flowers, Godwin. I'm going with Puka and Mike Williams. The only reason why I'm going with Mike Williams over Flowers is because there's a little bit of rain there. I like Zay Flowers. I'm starting him, but it's a little bit rain in that game. Mike Williams is going to have a great game. They playing in optimum weather. And Puka going to get targeted crazy. So I'm going with Puka and Mike Williams. Those games are projected for a lot of points. Let me know how many likes we got, guys. I still haven't seen anybody put anything about how many likes and thumbs up we got. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if y'all just ignore me or you like, I don't want to tell you. I don't know what's going on. Usually somebody will put that in the comment section and let me know how many likes we got. I've been asking that for about an hour. But anyway, would you take Madison over Pacheco? Would you take Madison over Pacheco? No, I would not. I'm not Madison. He could have a decent game. I'm selling high on him. I don't want Madison. It just don't look good. I don't want that type of running back. If you okay with it, that's fine. That's why they brought Cam Akers in for a reason. So I would take Pacheco over Madison. Sean Barnes says, what up, bro? Do you think Woshan is worth his stash? Yes. Woshan is one of the best stashes that it is in the NFL right now. I love Woshan. Lynette says, I'm tired of the Najee hate. Makes no sense. I agree, bro. But I understand it. But I do like Najee as a player. He's not garbage. Neil, what's going on, Neil? He says, my boy, I love you, but Hyatt gave me a 0. I can't trust the Giants. I got you, bro, and I respect that. I got a 0 too. But to me, it's still a right decision. I didn't sit any optimal guy. I didn't sit like a Garrett Wilson for him. I set guys that hasn't played well. I needed a player. I could have played like a Craig Reynolds or just guys or Taysom Hill, stuff like that. In my leagues that I play Hyatt, but I'm still holding on to Hyatt. But I get it. I understand, bro. He gave you a 0. That was terrible. And for the guys that I told you to play Hyatt, because again, I'm telling you about going down with the ship. Those, you got to understand what I'm saying. You don't have to do that. But that's just the way I play fantasy, and I don't care what the outcome is. So now listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. If I didn't never want y'all to get a 0, I would never tell y'all to play cutting edge players. I would, you know what? I can be a brand, and I always tell you to play a guy, and they always give you some points. But I don't do that. I'm always telling you, listen, you got to play fantasy. You got to take a risk. You got to take a risk. It's just like investing. If you lose $5,000, that don't mean you never invest again. You got to keep investing. You might hit. So, but again, if you want, that's why I always give you a safe answer and a boom answer, because it's two different ways of breaking fantasy down. Me, I'm going for the boom, unless it's like I need a safe play. That's why you have to give me context with the question. Hey, I just needed to be safe right here. Okay, then I'm going to give you the safe answer, which is not bad all the time. But sometimes safe don't get you. Somebody can beat you with one boom player. One player go for 50 points and the rest of their players go for 7 or 8 points. They'll beat you. And all your players went for 12 points, 15 points. That's why I'm looking for that boom. But I get it, bro. I apologize about the Hyatt. But it's still an optimal play to me. It still was an optimal play. That's why they struggled. They didn't get Hyatt the ball. Neil says, push that like button, fellas. Yes, sir. Crazo. Yep, appreciate it, bro. And ERI44, he said, uh-oh, I said what I said. Laugh out loud, my guy. Appreciate you, bro. Ethan says that running back full PPR, Damian Pierce, Aaron Jones, or Jerome Ford. I'm going with Jerome Ford. I got the guy off the waivers I'm playing. I ain't trying to get cute. Again, this is probably like a Hyatt move or a Josh Kelly move. Aaron Jones may come back off the injury and be great. Damian Pierce may have a breakout game. But I'm not spending no waiver priority on Jerome Ford, and then I'm going to play matchups with him. I don't play fantasy that way. Play your studs. I don't play, and I did a consultation last night with a guy, and he was telling me, well, what about this guy? What about this guy? I said, bro, it's not that complicated. Just play your guys, the guys that you trust in. And then unless they give you 4 games of duds, then you can move on for them. Other than that, I'm going to play my guys that I'm trying to go after. I'm not going to pick up Jerome Ford to play matchups. Now, will I play keep away? Maybe. But I'm playing Jerome Ford because of the player. He's going to get the workload. Now, if Kareem Hunt comes back next week, we might have to think about it, right? Because we know Kareem Hunt's coming in there. But right now, Kareem Hunt's not going to take that many carries from him. Kareem Hunt's got to get in game shape. Be growing says thoughts on having Ravens D and starting Zach Moss. Does that hurt me? Yes and no. Zach Moss can have one touchdown for 45 yards and give you 12, 13 points, and that defense still go off. So, no, it's not going to really hurt you. If Zach Moss your best play, bro, you do it. Now, if you got another guy like a Jerome Ford, then you can play Jerome Ford. If you got Damian Pierce, you can play Damian Pierce. But other than that, don't start no trashy guy off the waiver like no CEH or nobody just because you got the Ravens defense. Play your best players no matter what type of situation they are in. Linda says, half-point PPR, start 1 flex. Guys, I'm still waiting on the likes. I'm going to see if y'all going to go this whole live and not going to tell me how many likes we got. And I know I'm not freezing up when I'm asking about that. Can somebody please put in the comment section how many likes we got on this live stream? Linda says, half-point PPR, start 1 flex. Half-point PPR, start 1 flex. Let me see. You didn't put any players in there, Lindell. You gotta let me know. Half-point PPR, start 1 flex. You gotta let me know who you're talking about. D Lion says Brown, Jags, Lions, money line parlay plus 21. Browns, okay. Let me see. Let me look at you. Let me see what you got going on. Okay, you got the Browns over the Titans. You got the Jags, and then you got the line. Bro, it can hit. It can hit. I might not go with the Browns. I might not have picked that game, but that can hit, bro. I ain't gonna sit there and say that's a bad three-team parlay. I'm not gonna sit there and criticize that. That can hit, man. Linda says Piers, Warren, or Craycraft with water out. I'm gonna go with Warren. I'm going with Warren. Oh, okay. Thank you, Charlene. I'm not moving forward until the lights get up. So let me look at the stream. Thank you for telling me, Charlene. I will go to your questions. Okay, Sean Bonds is telling me. Okay. Come on, guys. Come on now. Charlene, thank you for that. Don't be scared to tell me how many likes that is. If I look at this later and I see that you knew how many likes and you just didn't want to say it, come on now. This is cutting edge content. I don't play. Y'all don't got to patty cake me. So let me know thank you for letting me know, Charlene. It took. I don't mean this in a bad way, but it took a lady to tell me the truth. Come on, guys. You got to get the likes up. I'm not asking for nobody to super chat or do anything, but just let me know how many likes it is. I don't care if it's 1 like or 0 likes. Kale says Dalvin Cook or Roschon Johnson. Matter of fact, because nobody told me immediately, let me check the likes myself before I go forward. Let me see. Okay, we got 33. Okay. All right, we're going to keep it moving. Dalvin Cook says Roschon Johnson. Dalvin Cook or Roschon Johnson? I'm going Roschon. Kales. Sean Bonds, thank you, bro. 24 likes. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. C.A. Jefferson says 26 likes. Thank you. Appreciate that, guys. Appreciate that. D-Lion says I was just the 18th like. Okay. Thank you, D-Lion. Thank you. I know it's a little lag in here. Linda says also think social media and media creates narratives about players like Najee is a good bat. I agree. They do. But you got to trust the process when you see a guy that got talent. That's why I don't trust what the social media. I watch with my eyes. And you got that eye too, Lindell. SB said 17 likes. Thank you, bro. D-Lion says maybe mine not loading the likes up since I already liked. Okay, that's fine. That's all good. Guys. I appreciate it. And Charlene said, sorry, I had to refresh my phone. 27. No, it's fine. That's all good, Charlene. At least you let me know. When nobody say nothing for about 45 minutes. I'm like, what's going on? Is it 1 like? I knew it had to be low likes. I'm like, what's going on? The guys won't say nothing. They knew I was. They was like, I need to get my question answered first before I tell them. Oh, it's funny, man. It's funny, man. I'm not worried about stuff like that, man. I know the content I'm providing. I know y'all gonna hit the like button. I trust it. Sometimes you just forget sometimes. Frogminder says, I like the point of view of sticking with your guys. Drops have cost me in the past. Yes. Stick with your guys and give them at least 4 weeks before you move on to the bench or drop them. You just don't drop guys because you get mad. You got to trust the process. Robert says, what's good, TD? Just heard Alexander from the Packers is out. Late scratch. Okay. So maybe I might play Michael Thomas now. Maybe I play Michael Thomas. Maybe he's the play now. Lindale, 27 likes. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. And B. Growing says 32 likes. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Sean Bond says, I have Richardson and Fields, and Stroud is a free agent. I think he will boom this season, but hesitant on dropping Fields. I get it. Well, bro, you got 2 good quarterbacks already. To me, I would try to go ahead and trade Fields. I wouldn't wait on that, man. Hey, sometimes if you like Stroud and you trust Stroud, you got to move Fields and you can't worry about the past. And I always give people, y'all know this, I give relationships advice. It's like relationships. If you break up with a girl when you was like 23 and then you 30, are you going back and worry about how is she married? Does she got kids? Is she successful? You don't care. You hope the best for her. But you had to move on. You had to do what you had to do. That's what fantasy football is. I try to make it simple. Fantasy, everybody, y'all, I think y'all worry about the results so much, you don't know what's going on. I'm not talking about you, Sean, because it's good. That's why I'm here, to help y'all make these decisions. But I would love to see y'all be able to make a decision. And if you drop them, forget about it. If he go off for 30 points, 40 points for every game, he just does it. You couldn't wait on that. Now, if you got a good team and you just drop the guy just to drop it, I understand it. But if you got to get those wins, you got to move on with your life. You can't sit around and wait on a girl to quit being disrespectful to you. You got to move on and find the next girl that's going to make you happy. So you can't worry about when she changed later. Man, I shouldn't have left. You got to move forward. So, bro, I would, if you like Stroud, go ahead and try to trade Fields. Even if you only get chopped liver for him, and then pick up Stroud, and you got Richardson and Stroud. Then if you pick up Stroud and he start playing bad, you can't feel bad about because Fields is playing better. You just got to be able to make a decision right now, and nobody can chastise you for that decision, bro, because nobody knows. You just got to say, well, I like the way Stroud plays, and I'm okay with that. Same thing I'm doing with Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones can play. He don't look like no sorry garbage quarterback. They just going through some struggles that all teams go through. They play some really tough defenses. Lindes has hit the like button. My bad, bro. I'm multitasking, doing different things. It's all good, bro. It's all good. It's all good. It made me nervous because I know usually you would hit me up with the likes, but I'm like, something must be bad. Something bad must be going on. Okay. Hector says Reed or Dobbs since Watson. Okay, Watson is out. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that, Hector. I'm going with Dobbs. So Watson is out. I'm going with Dobbs. Stacy says, my likes never update. Mine is only show 3, which I knew was wrong. Okay. Thank you, Stacy. It's all good. Save me some of those sausage dogs and peppers and onions. Save me some of that. Kale says 5 likes. Thank you, brother, for letting me know. But I see it's moved up. D Lions, the Steelers fans here. Najee just not a shotgun back. He's not. Canada don't know how to use his weapons. I agree 100%. He don't know how to use Najee, maybe Warren. He don't know how to use Calvin Austin either, if you ask me. Big Ron says Zach Moss will be playing Ravens D or playing Pacheco over Moss. I think I got to that question earlier, bro, but I can get to it again. He said Zach Moss while playing Ravens D or play Pacheco over Zach Moss. You can play Pacheco over Zach Moss, but Zach Moss, let me see who's the best play. Whoa, that's tough because you do got the Ravens D. With Gardner Minshew there, that's tough, bro. I'm gonna say Pacheco, man. And the only reason why I'm gonna say Pacheco is because you got the Ravens D. I think Zach Moss can get a fall-in touchdown. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he can have one rushing touchdown today. That's why you playing him. You're not playing him to get 130 yards. You playing him to get that fall-in touchdown. So I would say, excuse me. I would say Pacheco because of you already having the Ravens D. Adam says pick 2 for RB. Najee, Brian Robinson, Damian Pierce, Jalen Warren, Roshan Johnson. I'm going to go with Brian Robinson and Jalen Warren in 4 PPR. Brian Robinson, Jalen Warren in 4 PPR. Robert says Olave is going nuclear today. He might, bro. He's not one of my favorite wide receivers, but that don't mean the boy can run. The boy is fast. But he's just not an alpha wide receiver. There's a lot of mouths to feed on that team. If they wouldn't have picked up Michael Thomas, I would have loved Olave this year. So, but it's a lot of guys. I think Shaheed might go nuclear too. Also, Alvin Kamara coming back too. It's going to be a lot of mouths. I don't know if Derek Carr can even handle it. Derek Carr don't look good to me. Derek Carr is on his way to be Andy Dalton. He almost on his way out the league. D Lion said, just got fantasy notification. Hopkins is healthy. Aaron Jones is out. Jay Reynolds is healthy. Thank you, D Lion. So Hopkins is healthy and Aaron Jones is out. So no more Aaron Jones. You got to go play the other guys. No Aaron Jones. I figured he would because he hasn't practiced all week. Why would he play? SB said Mixon or Kyron. I'm going with Kyron. D Lion says Sun God healthy. Yes, he's healthy. Charlene says TD, trust me. Maybe sometime something I'm wrong, but I would tell you if I was wrong. Says TD, trust in me. Maybe sometimes I'm wrong, but I would tell you if I was wrong. I don't really get what you're saying right there, Charlene. You know, I respect you being on the channel, and I respect your comments. So no matter if you're wrong or right, it doesn't matter. It's about going down with the ship here. See, all these, and I'm glad you asked this. I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's about the process of what you're doing. You can't play results, and y'all might sit there and disagree. That's why I want you to come in my leagues and play against me. And also, I'm gonna show you receipts for my teams. I don't want to show you receipts for my teams because it's not gonna be a good live. If I go through all my teams, people ain't gonna watch that. But if you trying to make an optimal play every week, and Charlene been playing fantasy longer than me, I don't see fantasy that way. Beat guys that's trying to be optimal and play the right running back against the right defense, and that stuff don't work. I've seen running backs beat the number one defense and have a good game. I seen wide receivers beat the number one corner and have a good game. Now, there's a couple defenses and a couple cornerbacks that you might not want to play your wide receiver on. That's been like Darrelle Revis, and that's been like the old school Pittsburgh Steelers. But other than that, I'm playing my studs, and whatever happens, I'm okay with it. Just don't do nothing stupid. Just don't sit Jamar Chase for Tank Dell, right? That's what we're talking about. So, like I said, I trust in you to make a smart decision. I don't trust in you for a result, Charlene. So, what the results is, I don't care if you're right or wrong. As long as we chop it up, and you like, hey, I'm gonna go down with the ship. I played this guy. I like this guy. I've seen this. I've done this research. I'm okay with that. That's what it's about with me. I'm not trying to diverge of being right or wrong. But it's certain guys that I'm on that I'm drafting now. If Amon-Ra is a top 24 wide receiver, it's probably gonna hurt my team and I'm not gonna win. But if I play Amon-Ra today and he get only 12 points, I'm not wrong. I'm not sitting no damn Amon-Ra. Right? So I just want y'all to understand that it's not about no results here. It's about going down with the ship. You don't know what's gonna happen on that field. People get hurt, right? I didn't hear nobody say nothing about Nick Chubb. He still didn't get you number 5 points. Don't say nothing about no injury. You accept the injury, but you won't accept if he just has a tough game. And JJ Witt says Addison, Olave, Devontae Smith, pick 2. Let me see, pick 2. I'm going with Addison and Devontae Smith. Addison and Devontae Smith. Robert says, and then one more thing, Charlene. I'm very personable and I get along with everybody, but I don't want people to try to take my kindness for a weakness too. And I'm not saying you're doing that. But talk to me just the same way that you would talk to the other fantasy football content creators that you do. You're not, people are not gonna come at them and say crazy or weird things to them about, hey, what this. Respect my content too, right? And I'm not saying you don't, because I love you, Charlene. You show support. You was the only one that said something about the likes. But I just want you to don't. Sometimes I can be so nice and get to everybody comment that people will start like taking shots at me. And I had to like, all right, now come on, be for real. Because I haven't told nobody. I've hit on a lot of stuff. Y'all don't put it in the comment section. You look for Josh Kelly and Daniel Jones, but you don't say nothing else about all the other Hicks. I ain't hear nothing about no Jamar Chase. I ain't hear nothing about Jamar Chase. I ain't hear nothing about Tutu Atwell. I ain't hear nothing about Jordan Love. It's a lot more. I'm not even gonna play that, but I just want y'all to be for real here. He says, Robert says, Aaron Jones is out. Don't like Dylan. Saints tough up front. They are. So if you got a better running back, bro, that's what I would do. If you got a better running back, I would play a better running back. Watson is out, and that's good because you don't want to play a hurt guy. And Brian Ortega says, top of the morning, have PPR. Najee or Zach Moss, would you trust St. Brown also? Yes, I'm trusting St. Brown. I'm going to trust St. Brown. Says Najee or Zach Moss, have PPR. I'm going to go with Zach Moss. I hate that. I'm going because I don't trust him to use Najee. Me and Lindell Morgan were just talking about that earlier. I don't trust him to put Najee in the game. So this is a Jaylen Warren game, and I would trust St. Brown. You got to go down with the ship. If you're not there, St. Brown like your 4th or 5 receiver, which I seriously doubt that. But go play St. Brown. He's okay. He's got a metal boot on his shoe, if that's what you call it. Oh, I know that, Charlene. I respect you too. That's why I keep it real with you. And I didn't mean any harm. I'm just really, when I'm talking, I'm being very vague to everybody. You keep it real with me, so I'm not coming at you. I appreciate everything you do, always tuning in. I know you respect me. If I didn't think so, I would say it. I appreciate you always showing support to the channel. And Dylan says PPR tight end needed. Njoku, Ferguson, or Otten. I'm going with Ferg. I'm not gonna say Fergalicious. Pause. That's what they call him. I heard a content creator call him Fergalicious. Pause. I'm not calling him Fergalicious, but I'm gonna say Ferguson over Otten and Njoku because of them playing in Arizona. Arizona's terrible against tight ends. Travis Looney said 40 likes. Thank you, Travis. Thank you. Appreciate that, guys. D Lion says today is the Lions Day. I got Golf Gibbs Reynolds. Oh, you got Josh Reynolds or you got Craig Reynolds? He says, and the Sun God, all playing in one league. I'm 2-0, playing the number 1 person. Need a big Lions Day. Yes, sir. That's what we're talking about. B. Growing says, Daniel Jones played against Dallas and 49ers. Great defense. Danny Downs will have better weeks. I agree too, B. Growing. And I'm not disagreeing with him because I like Daniel Jones. I just know I remember last year I was on Najee and people killed me the whole season. And I said, don't drop him. Don't drop him. And he ended up be hitting. Now, listen, is that a little bit different because quarterbacks are a little bit different? Yes. But Daniel Jones looked good against Arizona. So you think he just a sorry quarterback that had a special game against Arizona because they so sucky? Arizona could win a game. They could win 4 or 5 games this year. So Daniel Jones is going to be fine. They just got to work some things out. Joe Burrow, this is why I want y'all to bring context. Joe Burrow struggled last year, but y'all don't have anything to say about that. And I know you might say, well, he had a Super Bowl. But he still struggled the first 3 to 4 games. So you got to give guys time. Got to give the offensive coordinator time. Only reason why I said I'm not playing, I'm not having Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase on my team. I don't like the overall scheme. To me, with that type of where you got to take those guys, if they can't be solid for you, then I'd rather take Justin Jefferson or Amon-Ra or somebody different. That's the only reason. If I can get Jamar Chase in the 3rd round, I'm taking that all day, and I'm waiting on him to boom. If I can get Joe Burrow as my 12th quarterback off the board, then I'm doing it, and I'm killing it, and I'm doing it. But if I got to draft these guys at the top 5 of their position, that's a little edgy and a little risky for the weight on them, and also because I got Daniel Jones in a great drafting spot. But it's a little edgy to wait on those guys when you had to draft them early. Dirk Boy says, what up, bro? Jalen Reed or Hollywood Brown standing scoring. I'm going Jalen Reed today because of Christian Watson being out. Jalen Reed over Hollywood Brown. And Juan Marino, what's up, bro? Long time no see. He says, good morning, bro. DJ Moore, George Pickens. Since it's those two, both of these guys, I would be trying to start, but I'm going to go with George Pickens over DJ Moore. Both these guys should be in your lineup. Dylan says LL. I wonder what he's talking about. Let me know what you mean by LOL, bro. And Jay Lamb says start Lockett or Addison. Bro, both of these guys got to be started. I'm not going to pick that. Now, if you're in an 18 league, man, I hate to say it. So in an 18 league, you don't hold me accountable for this. This is just an 18-team league type take. Because sometimes there's so many good players out there, there's going to be boom players on the bench because it's 8 teams. I would do Lockett. And 8 teams, but Addison got a great matchup today. So you got to get Addison in that lineup. So you got to find some type of way to get Addison in that lineup. Blue Lego, what's going on? He said, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? What's going on with you? And Frog Miles says, peace. I have Cook, Ford, and Stevenson. Do I package any two for a stud running back? Not Cook. So if that's James Cook, you keep James Cook. Keep James Cook. Ford. If that's James Cook that you got, I would say you could take Ford and Stevenson. No, man, actually, man, I don't know what running back you actually would trade for because all of them are very volatile, bro. Outside of CMC, who do you really want? Who is really booming like that? Kyron Williams? You don't trade for Kyron Williams. He's a top 5 running back right now. To me, bro, I just think you just play Cook if that's James Cook. Now, I would tell you, I would trade Stevenson and to go get James Cook and another piece. That's what I would do. But if that's James Cook, you keep James Cook. And I think you keep Stevenson too, and you ride it out. I think you keep those 2 running backs. There's no other running backs. To me, if you go up and move, only guy that you could get is CMC, and nobody's going to give you CMC. The other running backs I'm not trading for. Travis Louis says Hunter Henry or Ertz. I'm going Hunter Henry. I like the way Hunter Henry looked for the Patriots. He's their number 1 weapon, especially in the bad weather games. Jaden says, should I trade Eckler, Water, and St. Brown for Tyreek, Bijan, and James Conner? Yes. You're getting Tyreek and Bijan, and you're getting rid of Eckler and Water and St. Brown. And listen, Eckler, Water, and St. Brown are great 3 players, but you're getting Tyreek and Bijan. Tyreek and Bijan, to me, is nasty. Now, listen, I like Eckler and Water and St. Brown. I think you're okay with those guys. You could manage the weather or manage the storm with those guys. But Tyreek and Bijan, Tyreek and Bijan is nice. Gabriel, what's up, bro? He said, yo, TD, what's up, bro? From overseas. He said, would you flex Zay Flowers or James Conner? I'm going with Zay Flowers over James Conner. I'm going with Zay Flowers. Yeah. All right, guys. So I got to everybody's question. I'm going to get ready to get out of here. Thank y'all for tuning in, guys. Let's get the money. Guys, sometimes when you ask me questions at this time, I got to set my lineup. So it's hard for me to get to your questions in the comment section after I get off the live because I'm busy. I'm busy up until like 1:30. So if I get to your question late, I apologize, but I will try to get to it if I can, if it's not too long. But y'all be safe. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Love you guys. Y'all been supporting me for a long time. Let's keep it going. Yep. Frog Matter says, thank you. Anytime, bro. Anytime. Y'all be safe, guys.
bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business, ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act, a bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit, okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy, I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up.
Turn me up, Jay.
Fresh to death on camouflage. Gotta keep a foot up on their necks, cause they might sabotage. I ain't come for peace, I brought the mask, bout to terrorize. Step. If you a hating nigga, keep that bullshit to yourself. Hit my bop on you niggas. Don't never question if I'm a real nigga, I get a lot for you niggas. Bitch, they thought I was finished, but I got a lot for you niggas. Lil John on them niggas. I'm the bra on them niggas. I'm the hottest in the business. Okay, put me in the mix. I can tell you used to lame niggas that ain't this. Think you coming up a bag, you ain't getting shit. You say wanna fuck, but now she see a nigga lit.
Country for life in this bitch.
Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say that shit hot. Bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act, a bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy, I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up.
Turn me up, Jay.
I'm like Block Boy, look alive. I'm married to that money and I keep her by my side. They thought I wouldn't be shit, so why they face look so surprised. You ain't a real nigga, you just pussy in the skies. Whoa, yeah, look at a nigga now. When I put up to the jeweler, I'ma tell that nigga gon' bust it down. Tryna count the money, damn homie, I done lost track of their mind. Turn me up, this that hot shit, it was kinda looking like a drought. I don't do this for the clout, bitch. Okay, turn me up. Do your dance on it. She ain't tryna fuck unless you got some bands on it. Okay, turn me up. Do your dance on it. She ain't tryna fuck unless you got some racks on it. Okay, turn me up. They don't